Yes, in this video, you're going to be learning about why isolation is a must for God chosen people. When God decided to isolate you, that's because he heard somebody else cry. He promised somebody else he was going to change them. But see, God uses a spiritual being to deliver a spiritual message. So when God uses you to bless somebody else, that somebody else's prayer is being answered through you. That's how God works. See, I know you all probably heard a lot of different videos on chosen ones. I know you probably got a lot of different information. But in this video, I'm going to clear up and give you the true understanding of isolation for God chosen ones. Because I was led into the wilderness. I went through what some of you all are about to go through. So my agenda is to help those ones that's confused get a clear understanding that I didn't. That so you won't have to go through so much of the hard time that I went through. My agenda is to help you all not be suffering like I suffered for so long. I was going to so many different people asking them questions, but everybody seemed confused. I kept getting multiple answers. So once I understood and started reading the Bible in the wilderness for myself, I started getting an understanding by praying. When God said, if you pray, why worry? If you worry, why pray? So his chosen one is meant to stand firm. His chosen one is meant to be strong and good of courage. They meant to not be feared because they are walking in the shadow of the valley of the shadow of death. Even though they're walking in the valley of the shadow of death, they should fear no evil. See, God is our rod that comforts us. So in the midst of the isolation, God is showing you your ability. He's showing you why you don't have to rely on nobody but him. He's going to be there when everybody roots you off. That's why he had to shake your foundation. He shook your foundation and he weeded out everybody that wasn't for you. Anybody that's not for you, he's going to weed them out your life because he chose you. He can't have no distractions that's going to enter you. He can't have no distraction that's going to stop you. He can't have no distraction that's going to push you away. He can't have none of that, so he going to take that away. I'm going to sit here and be honest with you. I experienced the beginning stages of being in the journey, of isolation season, of wondering why all this is happening to me. I went through it. So if I overcame it, if I could overcome it, you can too. Don't give up. Your season is now. Your season is now for elevation. Your season is now. So what people are not going to tell you is your season is now. Don't worry about that in the past. Don't worry about those friends you lost. Don't worry about that mama that walked away. Don't worry about that pop that you can't see. Don't worry about that auntie that's bad to you. Because remember, didn't God tell Abraham he will bless those who bless him? And he'll curse them who contempt against him. So basically, who curse him, he's going to curse them too. You are a child of Abraham generation. So God, that promise that God made to Abraham is for you too. So don't worry. Just keep going. Because remember, he said, no weapons formed against me shall prosper. But any word that rises up against me in judgment, I shall condemn it. So it's up to you to condemn that before it happens. See, when you able in isolation season, God teaches you how to tap into the spirit. He teach you how to stop things in the spirit. It start here first in the spiritual realm. That's in your that's in the inside of you. It start on the inside of you, then it start manifesting on the outside. That's what they're not gonna tell you that your spiritual. That's where it start at on the inside. When you start corrupting yourself, when you start doing those things that's gonna hinder your spirit, then it starts showing on the outside. So when God comes in isolation season, it's God that's cleansing your spirit out. He cleanses inside to outside. I'm gonna give you a little example. Just say you seen a nice little cheap house. You went to buy it. You start on the inside first. Why? Because once you start on the inside, you get the inside where you want it. You get it in neat and shape, fixed up. Then you can start on the outside because your inside is ready. Once your insides is ready, God can sit in there. God can endure in there. God can send his message to it. God can deliver you through it. God can help you. Don't worry about it. Isolation season is for only chosen ones. If you don't experience a tough tech, if you don't experience things that somebody else experienced, you're not chosen. God chooses who he chooses. God wants to unlearn. God wants that person that somebody else rooted off. God don't want that person that's uprighteous because they not going to feel like they need him. They not going to give him the glory. They not going to give him the praise. That's because somebody that's been through something, God can use them, work through them to prove to the world his power. God has a power that he can use through you to draw people to you. So it's not what you tell them, it's what you showing them. So we got to stay focused. That's the key. Focus in the journey. Focus in the wilderness. Focus in isolation season. Learn who you are in isolation. Once you learn you learn your purpose. Once you learn your purpose, you can spread your wings. That's what God wants you to do. He want his children to win. He want his children to reap the good. He want his children to be the best they can be. That's like any parent. When you living with your mother and father as a child growing up, they want the best for you. They have plans, goals for you. They want you to achieve things that they didn't achieve. But God achieved everything, but he wants you to achieve everything. So if God is the owner of everything and his children, and we are children under him, don't we have that connection to those same things that our father owned? And he gonna give it to you as an inheritance. So God wants to inherit. He wants you to inherit the peace of the world. He wants you to inherit the land. He wants you to inherit the wealth. He wants you to. He wants you to stop worrying. Just press on in isolation. Don't complain no more. Just stand firm on what the promise God made to you. Because whatever he made to you, he uses somebody else right now to come along to help you. But in the midst of that situation you're going through, he's prepping your blessing. He's prepping your blessing. It don't matter. I understood because I was in certain situations. I conquered certain situations. My faith have leveled up. So I know when I pray to my Father that he's going to answer me in the wilderness, that he's going to heal somebody else's situation. It don't matter about my situation. I want to see you not be confused. I want to see you. I just like talking to people because I understand talking to people can help somebody else not commit suicide. You never know what nobody going through. So this message is for anyone that's experiencing situations that they not familiar with, that they're going through tough times, that they want to give up. But I'm the prime example is don't give up. I didn't give up. So you don't have a chance to give up. I didn't do it, so you don't do it. I wanted to give up many a times on the journey. I just wanted to throw in the towel. But I remember that I'd have been through tougher situations and overcame them. So this little situation that I'm going through, it's nothing. But when I come out this situation, God gets the glory because it wasn't me. It was him that opened that door and allowed me to walk in. It was him that opened that door to where he wanted me to be at. It was him that opened that door to that faith. Because remember, God gives us a faith as a mustard seed. So it's up to the individual he give it to. He give it to all of us. Some water it, some nourish it with good food, some nourish it with bad food. What I mean by good and bad food is evil and good. Some people faith gets bigger into doing bad things. Some people faith get into doing good things. So it's all up to the individual itself. So when God focus is on you, when he chose you, he quiet doing the test. That's like in school. When we taking a test on Fridays in school, is the teacher talking? Somebody comment below. That's just how God is. Sometimes you got to just stand back and see and let your baby walk to you. So that's like when we teaching our babies to walk. One parent is at the other end, the other parent has the baby. He's he's straightening them up, or she's straightening them up. She want them balanced. So God wants us balanced. So they want you balanced. And you take little steps at a time, right? And then he might fall or she might fall. Get back up. That's how God wants you to do. You fall, get back up. That baby gets back up. Start over, try it again. Fall, get back up. Try it again. Fall. So God understands that you're gonna fall. But is that fall gonna keep you down? Or is that fall gonna allow you to get back up? Are you gonna stay focused? Or you gonna keep getting distracted? When that baby get distracted, he fall, right? When we get distracted on the outside world, that's when we that's when we fall. Then we gotta get back up. So God wants you to stay focused. He wants you to develop a relationship with him only. Because he will point you to where you need to be. He will point that other spiritual being that you need in your life to fulfill or answer a question. Because you praying for something right now. He's sending one of his chosen ones to deliver a message. So whoever this message is needed for, that's who I do it for. Because I understand the being confused, disappointed, led wrong. I understand those things. They're struggling. I understand those things. I go through situations just like you all go through, but I'm a little farther in my journey. I'm not out the wilderness. I'm still in the wilderness, but I'm a little farther than a lot of you all. Somebody just going through it. Somebody ain't entered yet, but somebody blessing is on the way. God makes no mistakes when he moves. God makes no mistakes. See, prime example, and I'm gonna leave y'all with this. Didn't didn't God change Saul to Paul? Wasn't Saul murdering Christians, murdering people that believed in Jesus, believed in God? But what happened? God chose Saul, changed him to Paul, and allowed him to go through the suffering he was putting somebody else through. So sometimes in this journey, you go through suffering because you are experiencing what you did to somebody else. So you got to come to realize to examine yourself. Look at yourself in the mirror every day. Tell yourself you're great. Tell yourself ain't nothing gonna stop you from reaching your dream. Tell yourself because you are important. Because if you not no good, how can God use you? So he isolates you to eliminate the distractions. I know a lot of us had cousins, aunties, uncles that we used to hang around all the time. But once God set us apart, we can't go around that group of people no more. We can't do the things we used to do. Prime example. If someone was alcoholic or a drug addicted, they went to rehab, get clean, come back to normal. Can they come back to that same environment that they left to better themselves? No, because if you still new at it, you still weak at it. So if you left something alone, you still lukewarm at it. You still weak. You still can easily fall back into it because that temptation you have not conquered it yet. So you got to be able to conquer that first temptation to eliminate the second temptation. Once you conquer that first one, you can conquer the next one because that's the proof that God's showing you that how strong you are in the midst of the isolation season. That's why I appreciated my isolation season because God has taught me how to overcome a lot of different situations. And it showed me that it starts with here. Your brain and mind, they plays a major role in the body function. They work together. You can't work them against each other. Because if one thought is in the mind and the brain storage and try to send something else to the mind, that become double-minded. So you got two different thoughts in your mind, you don't know which one to act off. When God is pure, when you are pure, when God is speaking through you, he cleanses your mind. He reprograms your mind. Because your mind is a system that keeps the brain clear. So if the mind is here, the brain is here. If the brain has nothing in storage, it's gonna be a blank screen on the mind. So whatever you store in the brain sends it to the mind. So if you sowing evil deeds, brain sends it to the mind. If you sowing good deeds, the brain sends it to the mind. It's all up to the individual and what you want out of your life. Some people get comfortable with their situation and think that's their final destination. But God don't want you to get comfortable. It don't matter how old you are. It don't matter what you are. It don't matter what color you are. God wants to help you because he made promises to other people, but he gonna fulfill them through you. Along the journey, you meet a lot of people. On a longer journey, you lose a lot of people. On a longer journey, you meet your destiny changer. On a longer journey, don't worry about it. Because that's what God wants to do. He wants to give you the people that's going to help you and not harm you. He wants to take out all those negative influences and put those positive influences. So it feel like you being let down, feel like you being emptied out. So he got to renew you to pour that new wine in. He can't put the old wine into an old bottle. Old bottle will bust because the old wine, the new wine on the old bottle, the old bottle already had leaks, cracks. It was about to crack anyway. You pour something new in it, that pressure from it going. So if he poured new into old, it couldn't take it. So just remember, stay focused. I love the world. I make videos to allow you all to be not confused or in my situation that I was in the beginning steps of my journey. So I'm able to help you all get through your situation. We all go through something. So do me a favor, if you made it this far in the video, give me a like, give me a comment, so this platform can spread throughout YouTube. Maybe somebody else need to hear it. With you liking it, it can help get over to them. Y'all stay focused. Y'all stay blessed. God is in your life. Deuces.